everyone. Welcome to A Loving Path podcast. My name is Debbie. This is episode 6. This is a podcast about knitting, hand-dyeing yarn, living simple life, and really just being as true to myself as I possibly can. So welcome. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for being here. Welcome to you if you're coming back. That makes me so happy. So, happy Christmas. I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas. We really did. We had such a nice, quiet Christmas. My husband was off New Year's Eve, so we hung out New Year's Eve the whole day and we just made food, lots of food. My parents were coming down for Christmas morning for a couple of hours before they went off and did other things with other parts of the family that we weren't going to. So I made homemade cinnamon rolls and vegetable frittata and bacon, and they got here around 10 and we just hung out for a few hours with them and ate and opened some presents, and that was really, really nice and just mellow like I like it, because we usually don't go anywhere Christmas Day because I don't like the rush and the hecticness of going. I just want to sit and enjoy my day. So we did, and my dad ended up, my mom and her partner went on to some other family, and my dad stayed for a bit before meeting up with them later on, and we opened all our presents together with him, like the presents from my husband and I to Isaac and vice versa. We opened with him watching on, and that was really nice, and they played board games and card games, he and Isaac, and that was fun for Isaac. And then, yeah, we had made a really nice dinner. I made beef Wellington from scratch. So good. And coleslaw, the beets and carrot coleslaw that we love, and roasted potatoes, and sticky toffee pudding for dessert. So anyway, we had a beautiful day. And then the next day, on Boxing Day, we went to my in-laws and had another amazing day with great food and family and presents. And then we've just been hanging out the last couple of days. Fred worked again yesterday. And now today is Saturday, and we're just hanging out again, doing errands. It's cold, so right now Isaac and Fred are outside in the snow. Feels like minus 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm like, you have fun. My toes were frozen just going for errands this morning. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to stay inside and I'll just record my podcast and you guys can go outside and become chilled. But they're going to come in really soon and make hot chocolate. So that will be fun for them. And yeah, then New Year's is tomorrow, and we have no plans. Just the three of us. We're going to have a fondue for dinner and play board games and probably be in bed long before midnight, because that's what you do when you're old. I've never been a big into partying and like doing New Year's. It's just not really my thing. I'm like not a partier, not a drinker, so I just sit there and watch a movie and knit, and sometimes I'm up till midnight, but I don't purposely stay up to ring in a new year. I'll go into my bed and I'll journal for a bit and then go to sleep and wake up and it's still a new year, whether I watch it come in or not. So that's fun. Okay, let's get into some knitting, because I know that they're going to barge to that front door soon and be like, and all this noise and rush and bustle, and I'll have to pause, and that's okay. Finished objects. I finished Isaac's solstice sweater, and he's wearing it right now. So I can't show you. Oh my goodness. That's okay. I'm going to put a picture in here of him wearing it. He loved it so much. It looks so great on him. It's totally him. It's just totally him. So flashy and so colorful. And if you've been watching our Vlogmas, you will know that he loves bright colors. Like, just loves them. Whereas I'm happy with neutrals and more earthy, subdued colors. No, he likes bright and flashy, like fluorescent yellows and greens and pink. I'm like, okay. So it was funny. He lined up all the skeins of yarn that we'd got in groups of 5 for his favorite colors, from his favorite to his least favorite, and I laughed so hard and I couldn't even catch a breath, and he's like, what's so funny? And then he looked at me, he's like, oh, our color palettes are opposite, right? And I was like, yeah. So his had the brightest colors over here and the muted, darker gray, purple tones over here, and these were my favorite and those are his favorite. So, and we met somewhere in the middle. It was totally worked that way. It's really funny. So I will show that to you another time, but the pattern is the Flax Light. It's in my Willow Base 70-20-10 MCN, and the color is, what's this? Based on Isaac's favorite movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's amazing. So I'll show you that, and I'll actually bring it for the next episode. Maybe he'll come in time and I can show it to you, but for sure you'll see it next time. And so yeah, that's my finished object, and I finished it just in time for solstice. I really wanted it to be done at the beginning of December, but because I was working on my own flax, I didn't plan that very well, and I didn't, but that's okay. It was done in time for solstice, and it was wrapped the night before, and he was really happy. So that's good. Works in progress. Oh my goodness. I have a beautiful work in progress. So I just cast this on, what are we today? Saturday? I cast this on Thursday night, fairly late Thursday night. So it's another boneyard shawl. I think I showed you my boneyard shawl, which happens to be right here. This is just a worsted version. And it's amazing, and it's cashmere merino, and it's so warm, and I love it. So this one I'm doing for a friend who is a dear friend, and I do not knit a lot for other people. People say it's selfish knitting. Nobody appreciates knitting the way the person who's knitting it does. So I don't think it's selfish at all to be knitting myself a wardrobe. I think that that's what you should be doing, is making yourself a sustainable wardrobe with your knitting. And it's okay though if you're knitting for everybody else, because maybe they appreciate it, but I have not found many people in my life that have appreciated my knitting the way I do, and the way my small family does. I like to knit for my husband and knit for my son. But this person is a dear, dear friend, and she's 100% knit worthy. And so I'm knitting her a boneyard shawl. And, oh, this colorway is amazing. So this yarn is Zen Yarn Garden in their Serenity Silk Plus yarn, and I don't know what I did with the tag. It was here, and then it was gone. So it is merino, cashmere, and silk, I believe. Oh yeah, silk. Of course it's silk. It's amazing. It is the softest yarn I think I've ever felt in my life, and I think I'm going to have a hard time parting with this because look at those colors. It's the jumbo colorway, which was dyed exclusively for one of my local yarn shops, the Little Red Mitten in St. Thomas. It's about 25 minutes away from me. But I got this years ago, before I had any other local yarn shops to me, and I love it. Love, love, love it. So I'm knitting on it every day, just hoping to get it done in the next week so I can gift it. But really, these are my colors. Giving it away is not going... Okay, these needles are annoying. Giving it away is not going to be easy, but it will, because I have another yarn similar to this colorway. I'm a Malabrigo, and I've got 2 skeins of that in a DK weight, so I might make myself another one, because I like a heavier shawl, especially when your days are -20. One night here it was -36 over Christmas. It's never this cold at Christmas. Certainly not this prolonged. Like, we might get a day of, oh my god, it's -20, and then the next day it kind of goes up a bit. It's been cold, cold, cold for 2 weeks, and it's you can't see, but the snow is coming down so hard right now. They have a snow squall warning in effect. So it's like whiteout conditions right now. And they're outside playing in the snow hill in front of the house. Better them than me. I'd rather be here with you. So that's my work in progress. And I love it so much. That will be done for sure in the next week. And then yeah. I don't really want to start any other projects until that's done, because then nothing gets done. I think I've mentioned that before. So I'm going to finish that, and then for hopefully January 1st, well, or even a couple days into January, start my brand new project for the new year, which is changed. So it was supposed to be Miss Rachel's Joke by Kate Davies, and that is still on the books. That's happening. But the colors that I have aren't working out. So I did a swatch, and yeah, the colors just aren't working the way it looked like they would work. They look like they would really pop. And once you get them swatched up, they get lost, sadly. You know that trick that if you take a picture of your color work in black and white, and you'll be able to tell whether or not the colors are too close together, because you just won't see any difference in color? So that happened. I took a picture in black and white, and the bottom 2 bands of the sweater, of the yoke, you can't tell the difference. They are exactly the same, which I could tell when I was knitting it. And then the third one pops because it's really light. And then the top 2, which are the reverse, of course, it's the color work part. and they are the same as well. So you looks like in black and white that you've got a thick gray band, a thin lighter band, and then a really thick like black band. And I'm like, well, that doesn't work because it's supposed to be 6 different bands, or 5 I suppose in that. Anyway, it doesn't work. So I gotta find new colors. That's the bottom line. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't really want to buy yarn. So I may leave that sweater until the fall when I can buy new yarn. Or I may try to do some swaps with people if they have colors that I could use. Or just may dye something myself, because that's the other option, which I think would work quite well. So we'll see. So that's on hold, but it's part of my Make 9 2018. If you're following that hashtag on Instagram, you'll see everybody's posting 9 pictures of the projects they'd like to accomplish in 2019. And mine's pretty ambitious, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll see. And that's one of them. So another one, so now I have to cast something on, right, for January. So I'm either going to do the Breton sweater by Jared Flood, which I love. It's very simple. It's basically a cream sweater with stripes, or you could do any color. The sample is cream with navy stripes. And I bought all of this at Kitchen Waterloo at the Knitters Fair in September. So got my loft, and I need 4 skeins of that. And then I chose to go with a mustard stripe because I love mustard. Yeah, so I'm either going to do this, which is a fingering weight sweater, or I'm going to do, wait for the crinkle. I'm going to do the Talia, if that's how you say it, by Jennifer Steingass, who is, I'll make sure I say it in the right order, Knit Love Wool on Instagram. And it's beautiful. It's colorwork sweater, so solid base for the body, and this beautiful colorwork yoke. So this will be my this will be my main color, mustard. So I bought this yarn back from Iceland when we were there in January. I bought like 5 bags of yarn back from Iceland. So much Lopi. You've seen my husband's sweater. I still have enough to make 2 more sweaters. 3 more sweaters, including this. Maybe 4. Oh no, 4. Yeah, because I bought a different kind of yarn. Yeah, a lot of sweaters. So this will be my main, and then my contrast colors will be a lighter gray. I have a bit of a darker gray, so I may still do a darker gray. Cream. And really dark navy. Right? Oh my god, so nice. That's so great. So I'm super excited about that. So I don't know which one to start. Leave a comment if you'd like and let me know which one you think I should start. I don't know. Obviously worsted knits up quicker than fingering weight, but I'm really dying to work with this loft. And I really want that Breton sweater like yesterday. Well, like in September when I bought the yarn. So I may do this first. I don't know. We'll see. None of them are going to go bad, so that's awesome. So those are my 2 future projects that will be knit very first thing in the new year. And I can't even wait because, oh my goodness. Knitting for me makes me so happy. Really, nobody appreciates it the way I do. They just don't. So yeah, that's, oh my god, that snow coming down. Guys, it's gonna come in. It's crazy outside, like, yeah. I'll take a picture afterwards. It's crazy. It's gonna knock. Oh. Okay, sorry. I had to step away. Isaac came bustling through the door, covered in snow. And so I had to make him a hot chocolate and get him settled, and now him and Fred are in his bedroom and they're playing board games. So that's exciting, and they're really happy about that. All right, so I kind of forget where I was, but I'm gonna move on to acquisitions and some things that I've acquired over the last few weeks. Oh my goodness. So if you've watched Vlogmas, you will have seen this, but for winter solstice, we always go to our homeschool co-op always has a Christmas party. And I was helping to, well, I didn't really help to organize it. I signed up to help to organize it, but the woman who took it on completely really organized the whole thing. And so I really just led one of the activities. So they do everything from crafts to some baking, and another homeschool mom and I hosted a Christmas shopping market, bazaar, and gift wrapping station in the church where we had it. So what happens is you bring in something that you no longer need as a family. So I don't know what I have here. Okay, so if you've got this really nice candle and you decide that, oh, I don't like the smell of it, I'll never burn this or whatever, you can just donate it to the homeschool Christmas party. And if you've got one kid and the kid brings this, then they get to shop for one present for you. If you've got two kids and each kid brings something, then each kid gets to shop for one thing. If you send one thing in on behalf of your whole family, then the whole family shops together for one thing. If each kid brings two things, then each kid gets to shop for two things, one for you, one for dad, whatever, you get the picture. I would never get rid of this candle. I love it so much. But yeah, so we donated a couple little things, and so Isaac got to shop for something for each of us, which we've done in past years, and it's so much fun. So I'm in there, and we've got all the stuff set up on the tables, and the kids are coming in. Oh my goodness, there's so many little kids this year. They are so sweet. Most of the teens have left and gone either on to high school, or they're just a little bit older. Some of them actually are in university now, like they're 15, 16, I think, and they're going to university. They're amazing. So the little kids are coming in and they're like, I didn't get this and this and this. And they have their sweet little stories, how they know exactly what their mom and dad would love. And it's just adorable and priceless. Very, very precious. And so we get there, and then Isaac's in the kitchen doing the baking activity. They're making these amazing shortbreads. And what do I see on the table that someone has donated? What? I was like, I'm sorry, what? Get Isaac over here really fast. I don't know who donated this, but it's beautiful. Rowan, for one thing. And it's their fine art, premium hand-painted sock yarn made with merino wool, kid mohair, and mulberry silk. I don't know. I think I'm going to make socks out of it. Maybe. Or I have some other ideas. Then I might just put it aside to mix them with some other things that I'm going to be knitting this year as part of my Make 9. So we'll see. But that was so sweet. So he totally lied to me and told me, oh, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. And then it was my solstice gift from him. He's like, so see, Mommy, sometimes lying's good. And I was like, okay, not normally, but I understand what you did there, and it was fine. So super sweet. And then Christmas came, and, actually before Christmas, oh my goodness, before Christmas. So I told you how I signed up for Kate Davies' West Highland Way Club. That's hot because I made a brand new cup of tea. Oh my goodness. This club is everything. It's so amazing. I'm so thrilled. So I got a notification that it had shipped, and I was like, oh, hyperventilating. And then it came, and then I really hyperventilated. So I'm on a yarn buying hiatus. So this is a big, big deal because this is my birthday present from my husband. Scrummy balls of yarn. Like, what? First of all, there was a tote bag, and I'm a sucker for a tote bag. Just a sucker. So this is her new tweed yarn. Okay, I'm gonna do that so you can see it. And her little symbol. Oh my goodness, I love it. That'll get a lot of use. And then 25 gram balls of the yarn. It's like those colors together. I think I just need a sweater in that. So amazing. They're bright and saturated. Oh my gosh. That green. They're gorgeous. I'm just going to show you every single one. There's only 12. They're just so beautiful. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this at all. I feel like there's enough that I could just do a striped sweater. Use all the samples and just do myself a striped sweater in all the tweed. That would be amazing. Or I'll do one of the patterns. The hat looks really sweet. And I've already received like a little video that her husband Tom had made, taking a picture of this tree that she loves. And I don't know if he did it every single day, but certainly a lot. And so it shows this tree throughout the whole season, through all 4 seasons, and it's gorgeous. So that was really cool. And then an essay that came through the mail, and I love it all. So this was amazing. This was all I needed for Christmas, was this. Although it's for my birthday, so that's exciting. My birthday's next week. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll stop swooning. But really, come on. It's amazing. So I got that. And then we've been doing our advent calendar. So if you've watched, you will have seen all the beautiful yarns that we've been getting from Bumblebee Acres Farm. So many yarns. I'm not going to show them all to you. We are doing a post Vlogmas. We just haven't been able to coordinate our time and our energy to get it done. But we will. Tomorrow, because I said to Isaac it needs to be done by the new year, because I'm not putting out a post Vlogmas in the new year. So we'll do it tomorrow and probably put it out tomorrow. But yeah, just so many beautiful colors. So many beautiful colors. They're amazing. They're all amazing. And he is going to rate them. Oh my goodness, he's been having a really tough time. He's had them all lined up on the piano bench. And he's like, okay, trying to fit like this new one in, which is Hagrid's fruit cake. And he's been trying to fit it in. And he's just struggling to a few of them. So he had most of them fit in. Then he had 4 at the top, and he couldn't fit the 4 on the top in. He's like, I don't know, can I tie them? I'm like, you can do whatever you want because it's your rating system. But yeah. Oh, goodness me. So if you haven't checked out Bumblebee Acres Farm, do so, please. So amazing. I think there's even more in there. Oh my gosh, there's still more. 25 little skeins of yarn. And then what to do with these, right? I don't know. This is Isaac's favorite, I think. I think this will be his favorite. It's been his favorite so far. I'm not sure Hagrid's fruit cake took over. But, yeah. Amazing colors. And we really just fell in love with the bees. And they are amazing. And asked Isaac if he would collaborate with them to do a little something. So that's very exciting. He's thrilled. All of his dreams are coming true. So yeah. If you haven't done an advent calendar for Christmas, a yarn advent calendar, I suggest you do. We will definitely be doing one next year, and maybe 2, because Isaac had so much fun that we need to do it again. But I need to find someone who does Harry Potter yarn, because my guess is Bumblebees will probably do a similar one, maybe some new colors, but I think Isaac will probably be bored if it's the same colors, because he's like that, right? He's like, I already know this. He wants brand new, never seen before stuff. So they do other advent calendars as well, so I would likely buy one from them, and then we'll try and find him something that speaks to him, or maybe they'll have something that speaks to him as well. And then our plan is to do one as well for my own business, so we will see how that works out. Okay, then Christmas. My husband. I'll start with this. He's so sweet. He got me this. So I'm a big lover of cats, but particularly my own cat, who is 13 years old, 2 years older than Isaac, born the day after Isaac, 2 years earlier. And so that doesn't make sense. Obviously not the day after, but you know, his birthday is the day after Isaac's, but he was born 2 years earlier. And he is my first baby, my little soul mate. He's so, so sweet, and he and I are so connected. And we almost lost him last year when we went away to the UK. He got very, very sick because he was on meds, but he wouldn't let anybody give him the meds. So we were on for 6 weeks, and he was off his meds for 6 weeks. And it's a steroid, so you know, if you go off those cold turkey, you can die. It's very serious. And we came back, and he was had lost so much weight and looked very, very ill. And we thought we were going to lose him. But he's such a fighter, and he's so strong, and he's bounced back. And so we were so thrilled this Christmas to have him, because we didn't think that we would. And yeah, he's my little love. So my husband got me a picture of him that he had taken and framed it and gifted me that, and I cried, because how thoughtful is that? He knows I love Simon so, so much. And he got me this little progress keeper. Oh my goodness. Can you see it? I don't know how well that's showing up. It's a kitty cat. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And then there's also a stitch marker with a little paw. I'm really horrible at showing these things. Oh, I love it. So it's by Nitty by Nature. Melissa is her name, and she's got an Etsy shop. I'll put all the information below. Love this. That was super thoughtful. So sweet. It came in this cute little bag. It's very sweet. So that was one of my Christmas presents. And then he also got me this, which was kind of like the highlight for me of Christmas. Are you ready? You may have seen this on Instagram. Hipster cat! This bag is incredible. So I've got stuff in it, so I'm sorry. I don't know where that yarn's coming from. Oh, from the actual project that was in it. Because I took that out to show you. And now I'm all tangled. Sorry. Okay. So this is Emerald Fibers. And the owner of that is Sierra. And she was amazing. My husband, I showed this to him, I don't know, like probably mid-November. I was showing him some things, and it was gone. It was there 2 days before, and then I showed him, and I'm like, it's sold. No, I really want that back. And the color, which of course is my color, and cats, and like this little hipster cat glasses. It's so cute. And so I really wanted this, and it was sold. So I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, I'm sure I'll add them again someday, whatever. And my husband's not really great at, you know, keeping tabs on what I've said. I write down everything that he says. Like, it's there, it's bought that same day, I'm done. He's just like, oh, I went and I looked and I couldn't remember the name, the company. And then I also had said to him, I'd love a fringe supply bag. He's like, I couldn't remember what it was called. And I said, well, I had them in my Instagram. You could have just scrolled. Oh, I didn't think about that. Like, just, you know, it's all fine. Just how his brain works. And then he saw them. He's like, oh no, I think I did see those, but I wasn't sure if it was the right ones. And I'm like, fringe supply, how can you forget that? But this is better. I'm not even gonna lie, this is so much better. So Sierra's in Ireland, Emerald Fibers is in Ireland. He didn't know that. So he ordered it, and then she was amazing and put tracking on it, which she wouldn't normally do just because, but it's because it was close to Christmas. So she went above and beyond for her customer service and made sure I had it for Christmas. And I was so happy, and I just love it. Her bags are incredible. They're so well made. Super heavy canvas, lined inside. Pockets. So there's like, I think, yeah, two on each side. I can't really show you that very easily, but there's one here, and then one on this side, sewn down the middle, and it's the same on the other side. And then there is this little hook inside if you want to hook it to something. Very nice, so sturdy. And I've never been a drawstring fan. Just because I like a zipper to keep everything inside. But this is really quite nice. And especially if it's something bigger. And this is great. And so I've just been having it on my chair, and I just kind of knit from my chair. If I'm sitting at the table, and I just knit from the bag. It's just so sturdy. I love it so much. So Sarah, if you see this, I know I've already thanked you, but thank you again. I love this bag so much. Go look at her shop. Incredible. And so yeah, that was my Christmas. I mean, I had tons of chocolate, and I don't know what else I got. Like, it was just nothing big. That was really our Christmas. I can't think. Isaac got me this. Oh my goodness. This sweet little bracelet. So I had mentioned before that I was doing a Merrymaker show here in London at Covent Garden Market, and they do something called mini makers. So if you're a kid and you have a craft that you do, you can buy a small little booth and be a part of the mini makers and sell your wares. And our friend Jillian, who was in grade 9, did that this year. And I'm so busy at those shows, I don't get a chance to go over and see her stuff, which disappoints me because I really want to support her. But Isaac supported her for me and for us, and he went there. The last show was December 17th, and Fred took him early to pick me up and said, we need to find something for Mommy. And he said, okay. And he was talking to Jillian, and Fred was like, don't get distracted. Remember, we still have to find something. And he's like, this. He just grabbed it. He's like, are you sure? Yep, that's the one. And I love it. These little leaves, sweet little beads. And this is so well made. Not all jewelry like this is well made. I don't know how she does it. Really, really, really well made. I love it. I'm so bad at showing stuff. I'll never get any better, I'm sure. But yeah, it's super sweet. So I've worn that every day and it makes him really, really happy. I think it's so great. It's not like a junky little piece of jewelry, right? That you just, it's really, really nice. Okay, I'll stop gushing. Yeah, so that's that. Isaac got a vintage typewriter for Christmas. He got a 1954, maybe, Eaton's Deluxe vintage manual typewriter. The kid's a writer. He's an amazing writer. He was so, so, so happy with that. So he's been pounding out the keys. That's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm just looking here to make sure I've covered everything that I wanted to cover with regards to that. And I think I have. Yeah. I feel like there's more, but I don't know what it is. And I've got stuff everywhere here, so I'm a little bit unorganized. But we're all kind of set to settle in for the new year. And we're going to make some yummy dinner. Tomorrow we're going to have a fondue and just play board games and hang out and have a quiet couple of days, and then Fred will go back to work on Tuesday, and then life will return to normal for the most part. All of our activities start back up again on January 8th. Isaac got his casting package for the new year for Original Kids, and he's in the Wizard of Oz. He's so excited about that. It's the directorial debut for this director. So he is kind of in charge of set design and making the sets and building them, and so anyway, he loves the Wizard of Oz and has since he was a young child. He said he used to come home and watch it every single day for like years, and went through, I don't know what he said, 5 VHS tapes of the Wizard of Oz when he was a kid. So it's got a special place in his heart. So I think that'll be really amazing because he has a vision and he's so passionate about the show that it's going to be incredible. It's the March break show, so they have 13 performances, which is nuts, but we're really looking forward to that. So all that stuff starts up again on the 8th, so we'll have that, and he'll have his homeschool theater and swimming and voice and piano, and he had to drop dance because it was the same night as Original Kids, and he chose Original Kids, so we're dropping dance for this semester, but that's okay. Yeah, and then just a little bit of shop news. I'm currently having a 30% off sale, so if you haven't seen that on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else, tomorrow, which is the 31st of December, will be the last day to get some stuff at 30% off. There's not a lot left in there, I'm not going to lie. It's really picked over, although there's still some beautiful stuff that I'm surprised is still there, but that's okay. It will all go back up to regular price on January 1st, and on January 1st also, I will be introducing something new. So I won't be having a regular update probably till the end of the month because I'm going to spend the next bunch of weeks dying. I really took some time off. I needed it with Vlogmas and with just how busy we were. I really needed to just back away, and I didn't want my kitchen covered in dye for the holidays. So I cleaned everything up and I didn't dye for a few weeks, and it's been really nice. But I'm aching to get back at it, right? Like I'm kind of like, it's time. So I'm excited, but that'll happen at the end of January, probably the 31st, depending on what day that is, but somewhere in the last week, I imagine. But in the meantime, on January 1st, these are going into my shop. Okay, and it's not going to focus. So horrible. They're little enamel pins. I love them so much. I received my order, I think the week before, oh no, I received my order the week of like the 10th. And then I had them, I think it was like later that week. And then I had them for my Mirror Maker show on the 17th. And so a few people have them, but not very many. And so they'll go into the shop on the 31st. Oh my goodness, they're so fabulous. So if you want one of these, pop in there on the 31st and you can grab one. Anything else? Show notes, because you know, it's hard to really keep your brain organized without them. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably forgetting something, but I'm not going to worry about it. I will just let you go and say happy knitting and have a fabulous new year, thank you for all of your support in 2017. I know this podcast is new, so it's not like I've been here for very long, but I know a lot of you that watch have supported me over the years, and that means so much to me. My business has grown so much this year, and part of that has to do with the fact that I'm trying to get outside my comfort zone and promote myself a little bit more instead of just dyeing up so much yarn and hoping somebody might find it somehow, which was my way. I was telling Ashley, who is the owner and operator behind Woolly Maple, and she also runs the Merrymaker booth in our market here, and my yarn is sold at that market. And I was telling her today that sometimes advertising to me feels really sleazy. And I know it shouldn't, because it's what we have to do to get ourselves out there. But it's hard. It's not easy for me. And this year I really stepped outside my comfort zone to make a concerted effort to let people know that I'm here. And because it's hard when you see other dyers taking off, and I'm like, whoa, I've been here for so long. But they're advertising and they're promoting themselves, and good for them. They should be doing well, and I want to do that as well. So this past year's been amazing, and I hope 2018 is even better. I've got some big plans for things that I'm doing, places that I'm going, and we will just see how that pans out. In the meantime, thank you. Thank you for everything, for being here when I'm podcasting and watching and following along, for your comments, for supporting my business online or at festivals. It helps Isaac to do all the fun things that he loves to do, and that really means so much to me. So with that, I'm going to say Happy New Year and all the best in 2018, and I will see you on the other side. Happy knitting. Bye.